90% of them don't know what they're doing, don't know what they're buying into. So why did they buy into it? Because I don't want to miss out on the move.
Yeah.
Like everybody's getting rich around me, like in the news, like I gotta get in. Why did you get in? What's the market about? I don't know.
Karen, it's been a while. Welcome back on the podcast, the channel here on YouTube. It's been a while we spoke. You are one of the, I think, most well-known traders in Singapore. You've been on YouTube everywhere. People know you for sure. It's actually funny. When I tell people what's going to Singapore, the first comment I got is, "Oh, go meet Karen again. Go interview Karen again." So we had to do it again. Welcome back. Tell us about what's been going on since we last spoke, like 4 years ago or so, with COVID and everything around trading.
During this COVID period, like a lot of us, we are staying at home. So what I did is one very crazy and also weird thing, which is, I used to trade with my laptop. It's just my laptop. It's me and my laptop. Okay, sounds very lonely, but then, like, I went to buy like a custom PC. Because custom PC is meant for gamers, right? I don't know if you game or not, but
yeah.
Custom PC, then it's like it has all these RGB lightings. Then I went to buy a couple more, those light strips that you paste onto your table to make it light up. Then I bought a light projector. Then end up my whole trading room becomes like a disco. I showed it to people. Not a lot of people are interested, but at least it makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? So I did a complete renovation of my trading room, and that's that. And haven't seen him for like 3 years, and hasn't changed a bit actually.
That's good. You do.
In fact, you look younger, and then it's like it's good. It's good.
No glasses. I think that was the biggest difference. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. That's that. Yeah.
Awesome. So let's talk about. I want to ask you though first. Do you feel like COVID and the fact of being at home more has affected your performance in trading, or at least your the way you do things, or has it been the same for you?
Oh yeah, like when you are at home all the time and you cannot go out to talk to people, sometimes it can feel a little bit isolating. So actually it was really hard, to be honest. It was really hard for me mentally, but financially I'm fine. But then mentally last year it was like really hard. So I actually had to go out and, I booked a vacation at a hotel in Singapore, which is quite weird. Like you have a vacation in your own country, but there's no choice because like the borders are all closed. So I booked 2 hotels. So I live in one hotel in around September. Then October I also live in another hotel. Basically just having a vacation in my own country, and then it really helped me recharge. Like when you're burnt out and all that, it's very good to just get away from it all, get away from your trading desk for 1 week, 2 weeks, and then you feel better after that when you come back. Like Etienne, you travel a lot, right? Like travel all the time. So traveling helps you a lot. Like if you have the money and time, just go and do it.
Yeah, for me it's been the same. So like you said, I travel a lot, but during COVID I didn't travel for like at least 2 years minimum. So I did the same thing as you. I would go to like different hotels in Bangkok, try them all at once, different hotels. I think it was good to kind of change the environment, have a different perspective about things, and just be able to kind of maybe focus better. Like when you're at home, you have to do things. You might even have to cook, you have to clean, you have to do all this stuff. But when you go to the hotel for a few days, you can do like just what you want to do, focus on that, then go back and then do the thing again. So I think it's a good idea.
Yep, actually, you know what? Like you mentioned that you go to different hotels because you're so used to traveling, right?
Yeah.
Like traveling here and there. Like I don't know if people call you a traveling trader or not, because I've another friend who's also, he brand himself as a traveling trader, and then he also cannot travel, so he just go to different hot spots, vacation spots in Singapore, and then he saw the whole entire Singapore, like discovered things that he don't even know exist in Singapore. So it's like, I guess it's a good thing, like the pandemic. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we're gonna bring back to trading and lifestyle. So tell me about, a lot of people think like once you have a good strategy in trading, you can just trade it, then make a lot of money with it, then like you're good forever and profitable forever after. What's the kind of background behind the scenes that people don't see in terms of trading and like keeping your performance over time? What are some things you gotta do to be able to stay top notch as a trader?
A lot of different things that you need to do every single day. And the main thing is you gotta take care of your mental health, because when your mental health is not there, like you're angry all the time, then you're like sad all the time, you're gonna do really stupid things when you trade. like studies have shown that. I don't know whether you have seen this experiment or not, because they did experiment on a group of sad people and a group of neutral people. They found out that those sad people will tend to make worse financial decisions. They are going to pay more for a product that is not worth that much. So it's the same thing. When you're sad, you're going to open lot sizes or use lot sizes that are beyond the risk that you're supposed to take. So take care of your mental health. And the second thing that a lot of people don't see is the hard work that you need to put in. So I've invested more than $60,000 to learn the financial markets. Of course, this includes my finance degree. But then, aside from that, I don't know if this is weird or not, but I still buy trading books every month. Sometimes just for fun. Like, I haven't bought a book this month, so let me just buy a trading book. So I mean, there are a lot of trading books right out there, and then you can read and then check out what other people are thinking. And so I read a lot of books every single day. Sometimes if I'm busy, then I'll read like one book. Then I also invested a lot of money on mentors. So I gotta learn from them, and then I got back test. Basically, what you see on video, the trading lifestyle, the 5-star hotel lifestyle, traveling, and all that. For me, at least for me, it is like only 1% of my life.
Yeah, it's like the reward, the thing you get at the end for doing all the work up front. Yeah, it's a good point.
So it's like that part of traveling, the living in a hotel, all that is only 1% of my life. The part where I don't really record is the hard work that I put in every day, the staying at home, locking myself at home, and then like staring at the charts, studying the markets. The hard work is what people don't see. So if you are willing to put in the hard work, then you have a higher chance of becoming a good trader.
I agree. That's a big difference. What about in terms of finances? Like, once you start to make money, you gotta become smarter about money, because like you gotta know how to spend it, how to save it, what to do with it. How do you kind of manage that? Do you have a set kind of framework you use to manage your money, or how does that all work out?
So I think you're more talking about, this is more on the topic of personal finance, right?
Yeah, personal finance. Yeah.
So there's this saying that it's not the amount of money you earn, but it's how much you keep.
Yeah.
So those who won the jackpot, $10 million, like $5 million, you realize that a lot of them, after a few years, they become broke again. So it's like, it's not the amount of money you earn, but it's the amount of money you keep. So every time when I earn a certain trading income, I would do my best to make sure that I spend less than that. Not more than 70% to be safe. Never spend more than 70% of my trading income to be safe, because I need to save and then invest back into the markets. So that's one very important thing. Okay, make sure you focus on preserving what you have earned, rather than spending it on Lamborghini and all that. I mean, you can spend on Lamborghini or Ferrari after you become rich, but then be careful of attractions in life, like the nice things in life, the shiny things in life. A lot of people pursue that, so be careful not to go too crazy on that.
Yeah, it's what they call lifestyle inflation. So whenever you make more money, you spend more and more, and then it just increases. Then you start, like the month where you make less money, then you start not being able to pay for the other months where you spend a lot of money. So it's a bad idea. At the same time, you gotta be willing to spend on things, and you gotta be willing to buy whatever you want to buy at some point. I know you've done well on that too, with a computer and other things. So that's a good thing, but being able to manage your capital well. Also, you want to be able to grow your own account. That's something that people don't think about. They say, if I have $15,000 and I traded it, might make a good monthly income. But then if you're gonna grow your account, then you're stuck at the same place forever.
Yep. But it's not necessary, because my PC is way overpriced, which is not necessary. Because I bought 2 screens, two big monitors, which is totally extra, not necessary. So please don't do that at home. So I was just crazy last year, so just let you know that.
I'm not sure if you feel this way too, but sometimes I feel like you need to spend a little bit more, stretch yourself a bit more to go out of your comfort zone, to then learn how to make more money. Sometimes you might take a business class flight, then you get used to it, then you want to do it more, then you find ways to make money to pay for that over time. Do you feel the same way? Do you feel like you have to spend more to kind of see a different lifestyle, then kind of build your way to be able to pay that?
Yeah. Do you fly business?
Sometimes, not often, but let's say now I try to do it more and more. But at one point, I could do it all the time now.
Okay.
I try to like be flexible with it, but
Right.
I definitely like it better for sure.
Right. Okay. That's good. Good to fly business class sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. Good point. So tell me, people are gonna wonder, what does it take to become a good trader? And of course, strategies, like you've thought about a lot of things in the past, and we can cover this maybe just a little bit. But are there things people have to focus on more to become good traders, in your opinion?
Things to focus on more, definitely risk management and trading psychology. So a lot of beginner traders, when they start out, they only focus on trading strategies, and mostly they focus on the wrong metrics, which is, for example, win rate. What is the highest win rate strategy? I've seen traders with 95% win rate. I made this mistake back then. In my first year, I had a 90% win rate, but at the end of the day, that one losing trade that did not work out, blow out my whole entire account. If you understand who's this, if you know who's this hedge fund manager called Portillo Jones, he only has a win rate of 40 to 55%, and he's the top billionaire hedge fund trader in the world. And why is his hedge fund so successful? It's because he has a good risk to reward ratio. That makes him profitable. So focus on the right things, risk management, trading psychology. These are the most important things. You might hear this and then be like, yeah, common sense. But then you would learn it the hard way only when you lose or blow your entire account. Because I've seen a lot of people tell me, Karen, yes, you talk about risk management, trading psychology all the time. You keep repeating the same thing. It's so annoying. But then I realized how important this lesson is only after I blow my account. Then I realized, oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Should listen to that.
Sometimes you gotta go through the tough experiences to be able to learn trading. It's just part of the game. Yeah, you might tell someone many times what they gotta do, and you do it on YouTube all the time, and we do it a lot too. And then people are not following it. Or they're like, oh, that's what someone else. I'll just do it my own way. It's fine, no worries. At the same time, how do you teach a beginner to be able to, or to actually be comfortable to lose? Because that's tough. Like if you're gonna lose half the trades you take, that's a tough thing for a beginner to understand.
The way you become so-called comfortable in losing is you need to give it time. Need to give it time. Like, I don't know if you watched the stupid shorts that I made. Like, beginner traders be like when they lose money, they be like, oh my god, this stupid thing, then throw the phone, throw the laptop, all that. But then like after a few years, you realize that, you know, when you lose money, it's like, okay, it's like a given, it's like a part of my life, it's part of my routine. Like as long as I know that my long-term wins are going to cover my short-term losses, meaning I look at long-term, the big picture. I know that this few losses is not going to matter that much. So give it time.
Yeah, I think you definitely got to practice losing, practice being okay with it. And I guess that's where kind of mindfulness, meditation comes into play too. Are you a big fan of meditation or mindfulness, or is it something you don't really do too much?
Yeah, meditation, you know, I used to be like, meditation is such a waste of time. Like, who has time? Nobody has got time for that, like meditation. But then I watched this interview with, I think it's Ray Dalio or Portillo Jones. It's Ray Dalio. I watched this interview with Ray Dalio, and then he was like, here's my secret to trading success. Here's my secret to investing success. Then I'm waiting for the strategy that's not mentioned. Then he's like, meditation. I'm like, what? Your secret is meditation? So if this billionaire spends time meditating and that is his secret to success, so I'm like, you know what, I gotta follow that. You know what I'm saying? Because like that, so I tried out meditating, and then I realized that I'm a lot more calm, I'm a lot more relaxed, and I can look at my negative thoughts from a third person's perspective, rather than be like, oh my god, I'm so sad, so depressed. You know what I'm saying? I can look at it in terms of like, okay, you are sad and depressed right now, let's do something to reduce that kind of feeling. So meditating really helps. It helps you in your trading too. So try that.
Yeah, you might start losing trade, but you don't feel the need to jump back into another trade to recover right away.
Yeah. Do you meditate too?
I try to meditate. I don't do it like all the time every day, but
Okay.
when I have a good routine, when I'm like in a place for a while, I tend to meditate quite frequently. Yeah.
Okay. For how long?
I usually do like maybe 15 minutes for me.
15 minutes.
Beyond that would be for me counterproductive. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it something you do also? Do you do more or less, or how do you make it work for you?
Normally I do like 5 minutes.
Okay.
But then like if I'm in the jacuzzi and all that, I cannot. There's no choice, right? I have to sit there for like 30 minutes. So I'm like I gotta meditate for 30 minutes when I'm in the jacuzzi. And yeah, speaking of jacuzzi, it helps a lot. A lot. I don't know if you go on jacuzzis or hot tubs or not.
Yeah, a few times. Massage are kind of the same thing. So when you do massages, it makes you more relaxed. It's definitely a good thing.
Yeah.
And then people who are gonna trade for a while, they might have a few losses. They might not be in a good place now where they can make money. They don't see it like happening really well for them. How can they flip it around? What's the trick, or what's the way to flip things around when you're not profitable in trading?
How do they feel better after a losing streak, right?
Yeah, or in terms of how they can change their performance to being profitable again.
So when you're in a losing streak, it's very important for you to take a break. Depends on how long you need. It can be 1 day, it can be 2 days, it can be 1 week. Why it's so important to take a break is because it allows you to get away from things and think clearly, and also prevents you from taking a revenge trade. So that's very important. One thing that works for me is I would go to watch motivational videos, like those videos that's like never give up, when it hurts keep going, that kind of video. That I watch those and it helps me a lot. And of course it doesn't work for everybody, but it works for me. And then I also go out there and attend trading events, which helps me a lot, because when you talk to all these bank traders, professional traders, and then they tell you their losses, they tell you how they overcome it, it inspires you a lot. So do that. Try to go to networking events and talk to people.
I'm not sure about these motivational videos I feel like they're good for working out. For trading, maybe not so much.
Works for different
people for sure. I've created a whole playlist of videos for traders and motivation, so I'll leave that link below. Okay. So it's like a mix of trading advice and also being able to get motivated at the same time. So it's pretty good for that. So yeah, it's pretty good. People love it so far. How do you find events for traders? Because people might go on like meetup.com. There's a lot of events where they have promotion. It's just like you sell a course or something. How do you find good events you want to go to and you actually want to attend?
Actually, in Singapore, there's not a lot of trading conferences, expos, but there are a lot of trading groups which hold meetings like once a month. I never joined any of those. Maybe I'll join like next year, because there's this society called like Technical Analysis Society or something like that. Maybe I'll join that. But then like trading events, I try to go to every trading event, because you can learn something from every trading event and expo conference. So yeah, just join everything.
Yeah, it's always a mix of being able to make it worth your time. If you go to an event where it's all about brokers and promotions and stuff, you might not meet the right people there. But if you can find people who are on the same page, want to get better, maybe fund managers like mentioned, that could be a good way to improve.
Normally those events with brokers, they would have like a speaker, expert, they'll give a seminar. So I won't go and talk to those brokers which they have booths around. I won't go try to go near that, but I'll try to sit in the seminar and then like listen to the speaker and then learn from them.
You had a video recently on YouTube about how you've been scammed by brokers before. You want to explain how that went about?
That's a really sad thing and also quite disappointing. It's you know that feeling where you got cheated by a lover. Yeah, that's the kind of feeling that, because this CEO of this brokerage company, he was a long-time friend of mine. So we were friends for how many years? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. So he kind of approached me for 2 times and then be like, Karen, could you please work with me? Like, I'm a changed person. Like, give me a second chance, third chance. When a girl asks you for second chance, third chance, don't go with it. Because people really don't change. Most people don't change, okay? So I decided to go with it because other trading gurus who are also my friends in Singapore also convinced me, Karen, you know what? Join us, join our team. We are gonna do so many amazing things together. So I went ahead and joined, but there was one mistake I made, is that I never really researched on the licenses. I'm familiar with the regulations like FCA regulation, ASIC regulation, but the license, when it comes to registering a broker, I'm not too familiar with that. So that's why they got into trouble with the license part. That's why they had to close down. And all the funds within that broker, a lot of people cannot take it back. So I have about, this is so painful to say, $10,000 inside the trading account which I could not take out. So I just assumed that $10,000 is already gone. I'm just gonna earn it back, But this experience taught me one thing is to not trust everybody. Of course, back then it was really hard for me because for about like a whole year I closed. I told you last year I was in a very bad place because of this issue also. I closed myself down. I did not want to go out, even though restrictions in Singapore kind of like eased, but I didn't want to go out because I don't trust anybody. I don't want to talk to people. Like, get away from me, don't talk to me. That kind of feeling. So I was just isolating myself last year. Then isolation it ruins your mental health a lot. Then I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to meet people. Then the only time I talk to people is when I want to buy coffee, and then it's like, hey, one coffee please, thank you. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the only 5 words I would utter out every single day. Other than that, make sure when you pick a broker next time, do your research. Do your research. Doesn't mean that if they are nice to you, then you can trust them. Okay? Like a lot of scammers, they are nice. They would say nice thing to you, and then like nowadays investment scams are packaged as love scams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when people are nice to you, just be extra careful, especially a stranger. When they're extra nice to you, just be careful, especially when they are a broker. So, yep.
Yeah, it comes down to doing your research. Sometimes it's easier to jump in something and try it out than do your research, and then you get stuck by it after. At least 10,000 is something you can recover. Like, I know people who lost a lot more in different things. I actually lost 10,000 myself in some scams before, so nothing new. But yeah, it's something you want to be careful about. People who are starting out. Imagine if someone like put all their life saving into it, they want to make it big, then they lose that money. That's a whole different aspect.
How long do you take to research a broker?
Well, now I kind of have contacts that I can talk to that know this stuff really well, so I can ask them like what they think of a certain broker. But for me, it's all about like just understanding what kind of license they have, what they mean, if they have an insurance on the funds, because that's something you want to think about too. Like a lot of brokers in the Cayman Island or whatever, like far somewhere out there, don't have any license, or they have a license, but then the funds cannot be insured because they're in the Cayman Islands. So they need to have a special insurance to insure the funds. Yep. And then they have a maximum on that too. So it's not like you cannot put like 2 million if you want. It's like going to be a maximum of money for that insurance. So yeah, I'd say it takes a few hours if you want to do this right.
Hours.
Yeah.
A few hours, okay.
Well, most people won't do that for sure. So most people are just going to jump in, put some money into it. So yeah. Especially if you see like and this is that thing, if you see like a YouTuber online, just going to promote the broker, saying it's a safe broker, they do this and that. Like we have the crypto brokers too, do this a lot.
Yep.
And then they close down directly, then that's of course a bad issue.
FTX, right?
FTX.
Yep, that's bad. Ironically, his name is also the same name as the person who scammed me. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So that's something we didn't talk about last time, but crypto has really been getting popular since we last spoke. Now it's of course dying in popularity quite a bit.
Yeah.
Have you been into cryptos a little bit? Have you jumped into it? Have you been trading it, or have you kind of stayed on the side?
Still on the side. Even when the crypto hype is the highest, I never really talk about it because it just didn't feel right. There's no fundamental value when it comes to crypto. So because I focus on fundamental analysis a lot in Forex and also stocks, so crypto I could not find any fundamental value in it, so I prefer not to talk about it.
Does that mean that you focusing on fundamentals means you would be a long-term trader in Forex? And how does that work out? Because people might want to hear like, what that's about more. Long-term trading.
Long-term trading. I've tried scalping before. I tried scalping, like opening 50 trades a day, and it's very stressful. But then like when I switched to swing trading, I hold the trade for more than 1 day, a couple of days, 3 or 4 days. It's more chill. I won't say it's like, oh, I'm so relaxed, but it's more like I'm less stressed out. You know, when you scalp, you gotta click the mouse really fast. It's like gaming. If you're good at gaming and all that, you can scalp. But then swing trading allows you to have a life outside of trading, because you are holding a trade for a couple of days, so the market will work for you instead of you working hard for the market. So if you have no time, like you are holding a full-time job, then you're studying full-time, go for long-term trading, swing trading, position trading.
And that's the thing, is like it's also about like the time you spend on it. Like, do you want to be someone who spends 6 hours a day chart every day to play trades and like just do that, or do you want to do something else, travel, build a business on the side, which you can do also with trading at the same time? So how, like, what's your daily routine like for trading? You look at the chart every day? Do you like do analysis every day, or is it like once a week, or how does that work out?
So I look at the chart about 1 to 2 hours a day, and if there's a trade, then I'll enter. But if there's no trades, then I'll just do something else. So
1 to 2 hours a day means you focus 1 to 2 hours a day on the chart, looking for setups, or it's like scrolling through different charts, different instruments?
If there are no trades, then I'll research the global macro movers to see if there's any trade ideas I can execute on. But if there are trades, then I'll try to monitor my current trades. Should I do anything about these trades, or should I just let it run? So I try not to go more than 2 hours researching the market and looking at charts, because like I feel that if I go beyond that, I'm gonna let it consume me, and also I would kind of be tempted to open a trade when I'm not supposed to. So good to have a balance.
And do you have a preference for morning or evening or night time for that kind of trading?
Oh, morning I'm sleeping, so it's like I'm not awake most of the time. So afternoon, because in Asia, like the London trading session starts at 3 p.m. So as long as I wake up slightly before like 3 p.m, then it's fine. As long as I don't wake up after 3 p.m, then it'll be too late already.
Okay,
so
interesting.
It's good. Yeah.
And that's good, because you see traders online who might brag about having like a 5 a.m. routine, but you don't still need
wake up at 5 a.m, 6 a.m. routine.
I mean, it works for people who like it, people who are good with that, who is in line with their circadian rhythm, I guess. But people who are not in line with this, then it's just a waste of time. You're gonna be tired all day, and then.
I've tried that before. Then I'm like, oh my god, I'm so tired. I can't even do anything. Because like I'm also a night owl, so it kind of like counterproductive to wake up in the morning for me. What
do you do at night? Do you have a specific kind of task like focus on at night? Is it more like evaluating, researching, or like what are some things you like to do?
So at night I would spend 1 hour to work out. Working out is very important because it keeps your mind fresh and clear. And the second thing is I would look for trades, kind of prepare for tomorrow. So I look for the macro movers, to see if there's any trade ideas I can get into tomorrow. But other than that, 1 hour before sleeping, I would try to read a book, because I don't want to look at the screen, and then the light would make me not feel sleepy. So I would try to read a book, particularly boring book, so that I can sleep faster.
That helps a lot.
That helps a lot. If you read an exciting book, it's like, wow, it's so exciting, I don't want to sleep. Then it's like not so good. So most of the time I read non-fiction trading books, investing books, economics books. Fiction books I don't really read. I used to read them, but I don't really like them right now. So non-fiction book for now.
Interesting. If I read a trading book at night, no, I'm going to sleep, because I'm going to be like invested in the topic. I want to learn some stuff. I want to see what they say. So it'll be really hard.
Okay. Then what do you read before?
Either like a boring manual or some sort. So or something else.
Okay, whatever works for you. Okay.
Yeah, whatever works for you, exactly. Yeah. What advice do you want to give people for trading if they want to build a good lifestyle? Because it's not just about like making money quickly in trading, it's all about building a whole lifestyle around it. What advice would you give them?
Because of so many things that happened in the past few years, the meme stock saga, then the Terra Luna crash, and the recent close down of FTX, it just comes down to one thing. So many people buy into something that they don't understand. So a lot of studies have shown that all these people who bought meme stocks, all this saga, all these hot markets, most of them, 90% of them, don't know what they're doing, don't know what they're buying into. So why did they buy into it? Because I don't want to miss out on the move. Like everybody's getting rich around me, like in the news, like I gotta get in. Why did you get in? What's the market about? I don't know. I'm just gonna get in. So this was also a mistake I made when I first started out, because I bought currencies which I don't understand, like exotic pairs. I bought stocks that I don't understand, like hot stocks. I just follow whoever is recommending like hot stocks. Be patient, do your work, do your research. If you think that the price of education, the price of a course is too expensive, try ignorance. Try ignorance, because you're gonna lose a lot more when you so-called Google things yourself, try things yourself without investing in yourself. Okay, just be patient, be disciplined, invest in yourself. Yeah.
Good point. Could we summarize this to not falling into trends? Because a lot of people are getting into like the newest trend, the newest thing to buy. And I think that works well for some people, like in the beginning, but then over time you get to a point where it's just too much and then it doesn't work anymore.
Yep.
Let's go over here. I know people are going to ask for questions. Where can they connect with you if they want to reach out or see what you're doing?
You can go to my YouTube channel. It's called Karen Foo. It's very easy to remember my name because it become a meme. Karen, just remember Karen, okay? So Karen Foo, F-O-O, not F-O-L, okay? Karen Foo, and then I have a lot of free courses on my channel, and then I hope that you can learn some things from it.
Yeah, you just passed 400,000 subscribers, which is a lot, it's a big number. So really, really happy for you for that, for sure. People are gonna get a lot of value for this, and you do a lot of videos there, so people can watch this. And of course, connect with you there anytime. So we'll leave the link below for that. Below the description here of the video and the podcast notes as well. And Karen, I hope to connect with you soon again.
Right, see you soon.